Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down exactly how to navigate your financial future no matter what stage of life you're currently in. Because let's be honest, building wealth isn't some one-size-fits-all thing, and the moves you make right now, they're going to dramatically shape your tomorrow.
So let's dive right into a question I hear all the time. Is it too early or maybe too late to start planning? Look, whether you're fresh out of college, hitting your mid-career stride, or you're already in those peak earning years, the roadmap to wealth looks totally different in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. It's never too early, and honestly, it is never too late. But your strategy absolutely has to match the specific chapter of life you're in right now.
Here's our quick agenda for this explainer. We're going to cover the power of time, break down the game plans for your 20s, 30s, and 40s, look at the specific accounts and benchmarks you need, and finally, flag the biggest financial mistakes you've got to avoid.
All right, Section 1, the power of time and why starting early is basically everything.
This is where we talk about the most powerful force in the financial universe, compound interest. Time is literally your absolute superpower here. If you start investing at 25, you're letting compound interest do all the heavy lifting for you. Your money makes money, and then that new money makes even more. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. But if you wait until you're 45, well, you're going to have to shell out way more out of pocket every single month just to catch up to that 25-year-old who started early with a lot less. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market every single day.
Moving on to Section 2, your 20s. This is your foundation building phase.
So, what's the actual game plan in your 20s? The crucial move here is locking in these core habits and ruthlessly fighting off lifestyle inflation. You know, just because you get a raise doesn't mean you need a fancier car right away. You need to build up that emergency cushion, absolutely crush any high-interest debt, and most importantly, grab that full employer 401k match. Guys, that is literally free money. Do not leave it on the table. Once you've got that, get a Roth IRA going and look into diversified, low-cost index funds or ETFs. Because you've got decades ahead of you, your investment horizon is huge. That means you can comfortably lean into a higher stock allocation and take on a bit more risk for some potentially massive long-term reward.
Okay, Section 3 takes us into your 30s. This is the accelerating growth phase, and it's all about balancing life and wealth. In your 30s, life usually gets a whole lot more complicated. You might be buying a house, getting married, having kids, the whole shebang. So your strategy has to pivot. You really need to balance those massive life events by aggressively pushing your savings rate up toward that 15 to 20% mark. And as your salary grows, your contributions have to grow right along with it. You'll also want to diversify your investments more and seriously beef up that emergency fund to protect your growing family. Oh, and it's super important to start tracking your net worth every year and reviewing who you've listed as your beneficiaries. By the way, if you didn't start in your 20s, take a breath. It's okay. Your 30s are exactly when you need to kick off that catch-up planning.
Next up, Section 4, your 40s. We're calling this urgent fine-tuning.
Reaching your 40s means retirement isn't just some abstract idea anymore. It is coming up fast. Notice how the vibe shifts here? We're moving from pure aggressive growth into meticulous fine-tuning. You actually need to sit down and estimate what your real retirement income needs are going to look like. You might be juggling college savings for your kids alongside your own retirement, but remember this golden rule. You can borrow for college, but you absolutely cannot borrow for retirement. You should be pushing your contributions right up to the IRS annual limits across your 401ks and IRAs, maybe dialing back your risk just a touch, planning for future healthcare costs, and getting yourself ready for those awesome age 50 catch-up contributions.
Let's take a step back and look at this entire timeline. See how it flows? It's this beautiful step-by-step evolution. You start by building that resilient foundation at 25, then you expand your wealth and protect your family around 35, and by 45, you're maximizing every account and mapping out your actual future income.
All right, Section 5, accounts and benchmarks. These are the tools of the trade.
Having a strategy is great, but you need to know which tools to pull out of the toolbox, right? To build wealth effectively, you're going to use a mix of employer plans like the 401k, individual accounts like IRAs, and your standard taxable brokerages. But I want you to pay special attention to HSAs, health savings accounts. If you happen to have a high-deductible health plan, an HSA is basically a secret weapon. It's a triple tax-advantaged retirement vehicle. The money goes in tax-free, it grows tax-free, and it comes out tax-free from medical expenses. It's incredible.
Now, one of the biggest choices you'll face is traditional versus Roth accounts. The absolutely crucial difference here is taxes. Traditional accounts give you a tax break today, meaning your contributions lower your current taxable income, but you're going to pay taxes when you pull that money out in retirement. Roth accounts, they are the exact opposite. You pay the taxes upfront today, but then that money grows tax-free and you can withdraw it completely tax-free later. It's a real game changer.
So, you're probably wondering, am I personally on track? While everyone's lifestyle is different, these are some fantastic general benchmarks to use as a reality check. By age 30, you want to aim for about 1 times your annual salary saved up. By 40, you're looking for 3 times your salary. And by 50, roughly 6 times. Take a quick mental snapshot of where you're at right now compared to these numbers. It's the best way to quickly gauge if you need to ramp up that savings rate.
Finally, Section 6, common mistakes and what you absolutely have to avoid.
Look, knowing what to do is only half the battle. Knowing what traps to avoid is just as crucial. Leaving your cash sitting idle in some low-yield checking account or missing out on that employer match, those are massive, unforced errors. You are literally leaving wealth on the table. But then there are the quiet thieves. Things like emotional investing. Panic selling when the market takes a dip, or paying high hidden investment fees. Those can silently eat away at your returns for decades. And please do not ignore inflation or future healthcare expenses, because underestimating those can be completely devastating to your long-term goals.
I want to leave you with this quote, which really hits the nail on the head. The best retirement plan isn't the perfect one, it's the one you start today. Please don't let the pursuit of perfection paralyze you. Just take action. Review your accounts, make sure you're grabbing that free employer match, and commit to staying invested for the long haul. So based on the decade of life you're in right now, what is the single most important financial move you are going to make today to secure your tomorrow?